In the blink of an eye, a person's finances can go from being stable to being unpredictable. And when that happens, you often need a roadmap to get things back on track. Apprisen financial advocates can give you that roadmap to bring back financial stability and to stay on track for years to come. Kathy Virgallito with Apprisen joins me with some advice. Kathy, it's so nice to see you.
Good morning.
And you and your fellow workers at Apprisen have been here for several weeks, giving us great suggestions and ways that we can get on track. And I think the thing that is always coming through is it's never too late. You can always start and get better.
Oh, absolutely. I think what sometimes keeps people from feeling confident is they're not quite sure what they need to be doing with their money. There's, a lot of information out there, but people are really unsure how to put it together. And so what I'm really trying to talk about today is a way to put together all of the information we've been talking over the past several weeks and use that as a comprehensive roadmap. So instead of just taking one piece, let's say budgeting, you're really looking at a whole list of activities and concepts and skills that people can work on because they really work best when they're working together.
Well, you do have that 5-step program, so let's get to it because I want to make sure we get through all 5 steps.
Absolutely.
And so that first one, figuring out what you want to accomplish long-term and short-term.
That's right. And really the easiest thing to do is, where do you want to be in 1 year? What would you like to have happen with your money? Maybe you'd like to have a little bit more money in your account or start savings for your retirement. But knowing what you want to accomplish is really key.
Have a dialogue about it, right? Talk about it so you know.
That's right. Get the family together, particularly if there's more than one of you bringing in money and spending money in your household. Make it a joint discussion.
Okay, incorporate those into a monthly plan, maybe a weekly plan?
Sure. Sometimes, money is really tight and you can only look out maybe paycheck to paycheck, but having a plan about what to do with that money and working those goals into it. I want to have more in my savings, so how much out of each weekly paycheck or biweekly paycheck do I need to put into a savings account?
All right, let's take a look at the next one then.
Okay, the next one is really to take charge of your credit identity. And what is that? Well, that's learning to use credit wisely, but also understanding what's on your credit report. What is your credit score? And there is information that can help you really understand what your credit identity is, and people need to know they can change that over time.
And people sometimes think that it costs a lot of money to find out those scores. Is that correct or incorrect?
Well, they can get free credit reports through annualcreditreport.com and purchase their credit score for probably, $7 or $8. So not a large investment for a lot of good information.
So worth knowing. All righty. The next is managing the bank accounts that you have, savings and checking.
Right. And, it's all over the airwaves lately about the bank fees, and I think that's helping people be more aware of what fees are their own banks charging. So we want people to really take charge of making sure they know how to reconcile accounts, making sure they know what the cost is of working with that particular financial institution.
Because it's their money.
That's right. That's right. And you're really the person who knows what's best for you when you're managing your money.
And be a savvy consumer. What do you mean by that?
Well, that's really looking at the broader thing. So making sure that you're understanding what scams are out there and protecting your identity, but also protecting your assets, making sure you have sufficient insurance coverage.
Oh, those are things that people sometimes don't think about. You have so much information on your website, and we have the website up there because it's the tip of the iceberg what people can find on that website, right, Kathy?
That's right. Everything that we've talked about today, they can find in our learning section under quick tips. We've kind of organized it in the same 5 areas, so they should be able to find out more about what they can be doing to look at those 5 areas and make some changes starting today.
Perfect. Kathy, thank you so much. Nice to have you here.
Good to be here, Gail.